Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about three main points about Kharas effect. So what is Kharas effect, or we can say peroxide effect, and what is the mechanism behind that alkene or HBr will be react in the presence of peroxide. And the third point is why only HBr shows peroxide effect, not HF, HCl or HI will shows this effect. So this is our target for this video. Let's get started. Basically, what is Kharas effect? What is peroxide effect? So whenever HBr will be react with unsymmetrical alkene, the alkene should be unsymmetrical. Unsymmetrical alkene in the presence of peroxides. It can be R or it can be H. Basically it contain peroxide bond. Okay, this is called peroxide effect. So what product here we will find? In this reaction, the product which is formed now, this is anti-Markovnikov product. Why? Because in the anti-Markovnikov, nucleophile attack where their number of hydrogen more towards the alkene. As you can see in the substrate, there is a 2 hydrogen and there is a 1 hydrogen. So at the alkene, there is a number of hydrogen is high. So nucleophile attack where the number of hydrogen will high. This is just anti-Markovnikov rule. Okay. So nucleophile attach where their number of hydrogen is high on the alkene. So this product will be 4 as the major product. And we can say this is anti-Markovnikov product. Anti-Markovnikov product. Okay. Now let's see what is the mechanism they will follow. This is our second point. Mechanism. Always remember, whenever HBr will be react with the unsymmetrical alkene in the presence of peroxide, it will follow free radical addition reaction. Free radical addition reaction. That's the main point. So how it will form? Okay, the first step in the mechanism is chain initiation step, means reaction will be start in this step, chain initiation step. Here what will happen now? In this step, peroxide will be break itself in the presence of sunlight or heat and form RO free radical, which is 2 in number. Okay, 2 in mole. Now RO free radical will be react with HBr and form bromine free radical and alcohol. Always remember, in the free radical reaction, always product should be try to form, always product will be more stable free radical. Okay, more stable free radical will be formed. The next step is chain propagation step. Second step is chain propagation step. In this step, the reaction will be continued. Firstly, the unsymmetrical alkene will be react with bromine free radical, which is formed in the initiation step, and it will react with bromine. As you know that this will follow anti-Markovnikov rule. So bromine will react where their number of hydrogen is more, and 2 degree free radical, which is more stable. Okay, we have another option to form free radical, that is it can be 1 degree radical. But we know whenever we have two options, 2-degree free radical and 1-degree free radical, the 2-degree free radical is more stable. This is more stable. That's why it's a major in number. And the second one is minor in number. Okay. So in the next step, okay, we are go through with the more stable free radical. So in the next step, the R free radical will be react with HBr again. And the product will be R, and hydrogen will attach at the free radical site, and there is a bromine. And you know the bromine is more free radical, more stable free radical. So bromine will form in the second step of propagation. Students, this is very important step to understand the next point which we will discuss in this video. This is exothermic step. Exothermic, or this is kinetically favorable. Okay, kinetically favorable step. So this is fast, we can say. This is fast step because this is kinetically favorable. Remember this point. I will discuss to you in the next question. Okay, so remember this point. The third one is chain termination step. Chain termination step. This is the last step where the reaction will be complete. In this step, all the free radical which is formed in the propagation step, they will react each other. For example, we have formed bromine. So bromine will react itself and form Br2. There is a alkene. This free radical will be react itself. And the product will be, the both substrate will attach. This product will be formed. This substrate will react with free radical of bromide. And this is the product. Okay, this is chain termination step. Now let's come to the third point. Why only HBr shows peroxide effect, not HF, not HCl, not HI? They are not showing peroxide effect. So the point is, for suppose we have HF, HCl, HBr or HI. Okay, HF or HCl bond is strong than other bond. That's why the bond dissociation energy, is high. So the bond can't break by peroxide free radical, okay, RO free radical. The reason behind HBr or HI, we know the bond dissociation energy of HI is lower than HBr, so it should be break easily. So it should be follow, because iodine free radical is more stable than bromine free radical, because the size is large than bromine free radical, and it is polarizable. Electron density is polarizable in the iodine. But still it is not following peroxide effect, because in the propagation step, now you can see the propagation step is exothermic step, and this is kinetically favorable. But whenever we will use HI in this step, okay, whenever we will use HI and iodine will form, now this step is endothermic. So this is kinetically unfavorable step. That's why HI will not shows peroxide effect here. I hope you all understand all the given point. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.